Hey everybody, Johnny here from Good Life Fitness Village Mall. Today I'm going to go over, this is video number 6, this is machine number 6. So this is our side lateral raise, okay, or shoulder lateral raise. So you can have different types of lateral raises. You can lateral raise up here, you can lateral raise to the side. You can also do a bent lateral, which you get the back of your shoulders. This one's specifically more of a side lateral raise, so this one will work this part of your shoulder right here. Okay, so there's a couple important points about this machine. If you can remember from some of the other videos that I've done, I'm talking about trying not to let your upper traps take over. A lot of times when the weight is any bit heavy, or if you're not used to lifting weight without having them take over, they certainly will take over. So sometimes a little bit of the trick is to not allow your arms to come up so far where your traps are going to get engaged. Okay, so if you're thinking about it, it may be a little bit tricky to get an understanding of, okay, I'm working the medial head of my shoulder, but I'm not getting these to do it. So when you get deep into the sets, when the reps get tough, or if the reps are a little bit heavy, you will notice that they will light up. Now they will come into play a little tiny bit, but we want to try our best not to allow that to happen. So sometimes you may have to pick a little bit of a lighter weight and just practice it, not allowing them to happen. Sometimes you got to come up and then think, relax, let it down, and after a while you may learn how to relax it. It just takes time and it just takes patience with practice. Okay, so another thing is a little bit of a trick I've learned to try to keep my traps out of it is I take my arm when I'm coming up and I think I'm taking my elbow and pushing it away from myself. So if you're punched in like this when you're bringing it up, your traps will get involved. If you come up and you just think, okay, my elbow's going out, you're gonna notice my neck wants to stay relaxed, but I can really feel it in the medial head of my shoulder. So when you're getting used to this one, just pick a light enough weight so you can differentiate between this is really, really burning and this is not burning so much. It's unrealistic for me to say, never let your traps take over, but let me just say that they probably will at some point in time in the movement, okay? So the next important point we're thinking about is making sure that we're keeping our arms by our sides. So when you sit into the machine and you grip your handles, I'm going to come over to the machine and I'm going to give you an idea. So when you're gripping your handles, you want to make sure that you grip your handle, bring it back so that way your arm is right along your side. The more your arm creeps out, the more it'll shift into a different head of your shoulder, and that's less essentially time under tension that you want to hit on this medial head of your shoulder. And the medial head of your shoulder certainly will give you that V taper illusion of a little bit wider in shoulders, a little bit of a smaller waist, okay? So when we're picking a seat height, there used to be red dots on this machine, and they used to be right here. If you're looking at some of the other machines, some of the other clubs, you'll probably notice that the red dots are probably still there. So just try to line yourself up right here, okay? So that's where you want your shoulders to line up. I always tend to hug a machine. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, so sometimes I can tend to hug right in on the machine. But with this actual machine, I'm gonna try to sit a little bit more out towards the bum portion of the seat and just get an ever so slight of a lean in. With that ever so slight of a lean in, it's going to be able to keep the weight on your medial head and not let it shift to the anterior head of your shoulder or the front part of your shoulder, okay? So the trick is just not bringing it up too far, because if you bring it up here, your trap will take it the rest of the way up, and then you're just going to feel it here, okay? So I'm going to set up my seat setting, so I'm just going to adjust this so that way I know I'm in line there. I want to have my arms back so the pads are comfortably at my elbows, and I want to get away from lifting with my arms and more along the lines of taking my elbows and lifting them up, okay? So I'm just going to pick a weight that is light just to get a couple reps. So make sure that when you're doing this one, you take a weight light enough so, like I'm saying, you can differentiate between this happening and this really burning, okay? So sit in, I'm going to grip my handles, I'm going to bring them back so that when they're along my sides, I'm going to get a slight lean in, and just make sure that you always have that tip. If you've got a slight lean in, get a slight tip down to your chin just to keep a neutral spot, okay? So we're going to lean in, we're going to grip the handles, bring them back so that we're along their sides, and then we're going to lift up. We're trying to take our elbows and move out towards, away from us, the walls, and then we're just going to take our arm on the way down. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, pause. Try not to get up into this range because that'll be all upper traps. So right here, and really take your time on the way down. On the way down, you're going to really notice that you can feel it going from here down, especially if you're taking your time. It's really going to burn. Your shoulders are the type of muscle that they'll really, really, really burn. So don't be afraid to get into a little burn here. Don't try to go too heavy with the weights so that your upper traps take over. So if you want to learn anything more from me about this machine or any of the machines in this section so far, you can call me here at the club at 747-2500. You can email me at john.wheeler@goodlifefitness.com, or you can comment below. Okay, thanks very much.